Hello well-wishers and welcome to my channel Aspiring Minds. In today's video, we are going to do a detailed analysis of I Have a Dream, a famous and most iconic speeches delivered by Martin Luther King Jr. So without much ado, grab your virtual seats and let's get started. In this video, I have divided the speech into the following parts. We first begin with the introduction, followed by the problem of segregation, the American dream, historical importance of the speech, call for unity and non-violence, the importance of freedom, the vision of integration, the call to action, repetition of the agenda, and followed by the final closing remark. To understand the speech better, let us look at the 4 W's, the 4 important things about the speech. The speech was delivered by whom? It was delivered by the civil rights leader Martin Luther King Jr. The speech was delivered when? On August 28th, 1963, where? During the March on Washington for Jobs and Freedom. And why? The speech is celebrated for its powerful rhetoric, it has compelling imagery, and it played an important role in advancing the civil rights movement. In the introduction, we see the importance of the moment or the time during which the speech has been delivered, and it gives a reference to Abraham Lincoln's Emancipation Proclamation. It was a document. It emphasizes that despite the signing of that document, African Americans were still not free. They suffered from discrimination. And the speaker also establishes a need for unity and shared history among his audience, and he refers to the common location, the Lincoln Memorial, which is a symbol of freedom. In the speech, we see how the speaker emphasizes the problem of segregation or separation. King over here proceeds to outline the injustice that was faced by the African Americans, the harsh reality of police brutality, and the discrimination they faced throughout each and every system in America at that time. And he also stresses the urgent need to pay attention to all these issues so that the African American community can be freed from all these discriminatory practices of the white people. The American Dream. To understand this concept better, I urge you to go and watch the movie The Great Gatsby. You'll get a classic example of the portrayal of the American dream. So this is also the central theme or the central idea of the speech, that is dream. And the very title of this speech, it is famously known as I Have a Dream. The king over here presents how the current identity of the African Americans is that of inequality. They are judged by their color, and they wish to be judged not by their color but by their character. Reference to history. Now, throughout the speech, we see that the speaker is giving examples from the Bible and history to support his arguments about the problems that are faced by the African American people. Next, call for unity and non-violence. Now, the speaker over here requests the African American people to be united and to continue their struggle to get justice using non-violent methods. He reminds about the uses of in the past how they have done protests in peaceful manners without doing any kind of non-violence. The importance of freedom. The speaker emphasizes the importance of freedom, stating that the African American people will not be satisfied unless and until they get complete unity, equality, and freedom. And he connects the struggle of the African Americans to how people all over the world are still struggling to get justice and freedom. The speaker also in his speech outlines his vision of integration. Now by integration I mean a sense of togetherness, a sense of unity, not just among the black African Americans only, but an integration which is something that unites the black African American people with the white people. So the speech revolves around this vision of the speaker of a racially harmonious and peaceful society. He envisions a world where children will be not judged by their color but by their character, and he expresses a hope for a time when South's sweltering summer of discontent or dissatisfaction will be transformed or changed into an oasis or a place which is full of freedom and justice. Now, after showing what the vision of the speaker is, he is now calling the people to action, to take action. And here he is shifting from expressing his dream to making a request to the audience to take action. He is calling for solidarity and togetherness, so that when people go back to their respective places after hearing their speech, there is a sense of oneness, a sense of togetherness. And he emphasizes that the struggle for civil rights is not just limited to the African Americans, but it is a fight for justice and equality of all the Americans, whether black or white. Towards the end, the speaker makes a repetition of whatever he has just stated in the entire speech. It is like a brief summary by way of repetition that he does, and he wants to convey his message effectively. He uses phrases once again like, "I have a dream," "Let the freedom ring," "Now is the time," so that it creates a deep and powerful impact, and it resonates or it keeps echoing in the hearts and minds of the audience who are listening to his speech. Now, what are the closing remarks of the speaker? At the end, the speaker concludes with an important message of hope, believing that one day the nation will live up to its promise of providing equality and freedom, not just to the white citizens, but also the African Americans who are, yes, a part of America. And he uses the imagery or the example of bells ringing from every corner of the nation, signifying the importance of victory or triumph of justice and equality. This is indeed the very dream of the speaker, and he reiterates or repeats it once again in his closing remark. Some important terms that might be useful for your reference and reading of the speech of Martin Luther is the civil rights movement. Now, the civil rights movement was actually an activist movement that was taking place in America to provide equality, especially to the African Americans, right? Along with that, it was a fight to make sure that there is no discrimination done on the basis of the skin color of the people. And for this, many protests like the bus boycotts, marches and other such protest movements were held, and the important laws were made to stop discrimination and to let everyone vote freely. So free voting rights, no discrimination on the basis of the color, the skin color of the person. These were some of the main signposts or important things that had to be kept in mind with regard to the civil rights movement. Another term is Emancipation Proclamation. Now, Emancipation Proclamation was a very important document that was issued by the then President Abraham Lincoln during the American Civil War. And when did this take place? On January 1st, 1863. And what was important about this document? This document declared or stated that all the people who have been facing slavery would end and everyone would be set free. So that's it from this video. I hope you liked it. Do hit the like button. Subscribe to my channel for more such future updates. Thank you for watching. Bye.